Today, I'm working on a main taper feed. I'm still refining my technique and paying close attention to the transition with tempo and back taper. I do love to hear any advice or tips from professional barber watching this video. Every cut is a chance to improve our line. During the consultation, my client told me to remove small amount of hair at the top and keep the hairline natural, no pushback, and do some spongy at the top. Before I start cutting the hair, I analyze the hair density and growth pattern. The top has high density while the temple area show lower density with some scalp visible. This helps me to decide how to remove weight and control the fade. I'm using shears and freehand to remove small amount of hair at the top and maintain the shape of the afro at the same time. Switching to wire HIV trimmer to create a soft body line where hair connects to the hair. That is my reference point for mid-taper fade. Switching to shaver to clean the back area. My aim is to start clean and finish clean. Switching to one magic clipper, lever fully open, to set the primary guideline, which is light zone. I'm using finger edge to set the height of light zone. Switching to lever halfway to soften the band line so that it will be easier to erase with lever fully closed. Switching to lever fully closed to remove the bad line. Switching to one guard with lever fully open to set the secondary guideline, which defines the middle zone of the fade. First here, I use about 1.5 finger inch to set the height of the zone. The reason is that 4C here is tightly coiled and dense, so giving extra space allows for smoother blending between the low and high section. The middle zone is the most challenging area to blend because of hair shrinkage and density. If the zone is too tight, it can create harsh lines or uneven shadow, make the fade difficult to perfect. By setting a slightly larger middle zone, I create a room to blend gradually, which ensures clean, seamless transition from the low zone to the top. This approach helps me control the fade, manage weight removal and maintain smooth gradient even on tightly coiled hair. Switching to 1.5 guard with lever fully open. At this stage, I'm not focused on creating a new zone. My goal is to connect the middle zone to the top using a flick-out motion, carefully blending without losing the natural shape of the afro. This technique allows me to smooth the transition while preserving the fullness and roundness of the top, ensuring the frame remains clean and the hairstyle retains its intended structure. Switching to one guard with lever fully closed to soften the line between the light and middle zone. The purpose of this step is to gradually reduce the weight, creating a smoother transition so that when I switch to 0.5 guard with lever fully closed, I can easily erase anything remain shadow using micro flick out motion. Switching to 0.5 guard with lever fully closed to erase the line between the light and middle zone using micro flick out motion. In this section, it is essential to use very light pressure. Pressing too hard can create a new harsh line, which will be difficult to blend later. Instead, let the blade do the work more. Control flicks gradually soften the transition and ensure a smooth, seamless fade. Switching to lever fully open to do some detailing and touch-up work using a flick out motion. I focus on flicking out any remaining dark spots. Detailing is what separates a pro barber from an Afro barber. It is the small adjustment that make the fade look clean, sharp and professional. Now, I'm on the back taper and switching to the wire HIV streamer to set the bad line. I'm using the ascending taper method, which means I start from the lowest point and gradually move upward, building the fade progressively while blending each zone. This approach ensures a smooth transition from skin to longer hair. The back taper has more room to work with, so I give extra space to each zone to allow natural transition between the low, middle and upper section. Using this method helps me maintain a clean, even fade and precise blending throughout the back. Before I start fading the back taper, I like to pre-line the hairline. This step is important because without it, I could lose track and guess where the line should be by the time I finish the fade. By pre-lining, I know exactly where the fade should start and end, giving me a clear guide and make the back taper more precise and controlled. Switching to the Wow Magic Clipper with the lever fully open to set the primary guideline, which defines as the line zone. I use about 1.5 finger width to set the height of the line zone. Giving extra space here allows for smoother blending into the middle zone and prevents the fade from becoming too tight or difficult to control. This step establishes a clean foundation for the rest of the fade while maintaining good control over the gradient. Switching to lever halfway to soften the bad line. Switching to lever fully open to erase the bad line. Using the corner of the blade to erase the bad line. Switching to one guard with lever fully open to set the secondary guideline. which defines the middle of the zone of the fade. I use about 1.5 finger width to set the height of the zone. Switching to 1.5 guard with lever fully open. I'm not focused on creating a new zone. My aim is to connect the middle zone to the top using flick out motion, carefully blending without losing the natural shape of the Afro. Switching to 2 guard with lever fully open. To remove the bulk left by 1.5 guard using flick out motion, carefully blending without losing the natural shape of the Afro. Switching to 1 guard with lever fully close to soften the line between the light and middle zone. Purpose of this step is to gradually reduce the weight, creating a smoother transition so that when I switch to 0.5 guard with lever fully close, I can easily erase any remaining shadow using micro flick out motion. Switching to 0.5 with lever fully closed to erase the line between the light and middle zone using micro flick out motion. In this stage, it is good to use light pressure. Pressing too hard can create a new harsh line, which will be difficult to blend later. Take your time in this section. Switching to the lever open to do some detailing and touch-up work using a flick out motion, focusing on flicking any remaining dark spot. Detailing is what separates pro barber from an office barber. start by applying methylated alcohol to the hairline to remove any oil and let it dry for 1 to 2 minutes. And also, I apply Nova body spray to hold the hairline while lining up. Using trimmer to clean the edge of the hairline, and one lever fully open to clean the edge of the hairline. The hairline is the one of most challenging area in barbering. I always approach it carefully because even a small pushback can affect the lineup. To guide my work, I use two curve principle along with geometric reference ABC. One horizontal line. The horizontal line may visually pass above the vellus hair, but its height is always determined by reference A and B. This ensures consistency across every lineup. 2. Corner integrity. The corner and vertical line should never be created in the vellus hair. By applying these two principles with the geometric reference, I can create precise, clean hairline every time, even in difficult areas. I start by making the vertical lines. Left vertical line is reference A and the right vertical line is reference B. The middle of the horizontal line became reference C. From this point, I connect C to B and C to A using very light pressure. Let the trimmer float gently on the hair. It is important to let the blade do the work. Pressing too hard can cut the skin. This approach gives me a precise, clean guideline while maintaining good control and safety on the hairline. Applying this cut enhancement to make the line visible and pop up. I'm applying the hair fiber to make the hairline pop. Applying a barber pencil on hairline to make it clear, visible, and easy to follow. On tight coiled or low density hair, the hairline can be hard to see, so pencil give me a visual reference for symmetry and accuracy. It highlights the edge and help me check left to right alignment, ensuring the horizontal line and vertical line and corner are precise. The pencil is a planning tool. It shows exactly where to cut so I can maintain control, reduce mistake, and create a clean, symmetrical lineup. Using my blade holder to carving the hairline to make it sharp. Unfortunately, I forgot to carving the C-curve area. Now I'm applying mousse at the top so that it will make it easier to do some spongy at the top of the hair. This is the cut. If you like it, give me the thumbs up.